What's going on, guys? It's your boy ATF Cobra, and today I'm playing some Battlefield 3. I got some tips and tricks for you guys on playing Conquest on Caspian border. One of my favorite Conquest maps is not my all-time favorite, but it is my favorite because of the vehicle structure. Now, the reason why I love this map is because of all the vehicles that you could get into. You can get into jets, you can get into tanks, you can get into helicopters, and that's why I love this map. It's overall heavy, vehicle friendly. And what you guys want to do, if you don't have a vehicle, try to stay near a flag that you have captured, so you won't have to worry about being killed. And look for a Jeep or something like that if you want to stay on your feet. If you don't want to stay in a vehicle and you definitely want to get those points and capture flags, stay in a Jeep, because the Jeep is going to keep you mobile. If you're like me, a player like me, you don't like slow action, you want to be in there, you want to capture flags, you want to run around and do your thing, then I suggest going with the Jeeps and stuff. But if you like the tanks, if you like the helicopters, go for those as well. The helicopters, or you can't spawn into them. So if you want to get into a helicopter, it took me a while to understand this because I don't play too much Conquest. I just started playing a lot of it. But basically, if you want to get into a helicopter, you need to spawn on your development and wait for them to spawn if somebody has already captured them. Now, you can't spawn into them, so the only thing that you can spawn into is actually jets. Now, you can't even spawn into tanks, which I think you can in the beginning of the Conquest map. I'm not too sure, I don't remember. But anyways, if you guys love jets, try to go for Operation Firestorm, because it's the easiest map to play on with jets. I mean, you can see everything right there. I mean, on Caspian border, it's a lot harder because the map is so big, and if you're not good with jets, you're not going to be killing a lot of people, and that's what I found out as well. But anyways, if you guys love the tank and love rushing in and love actually getting in there and destroying your opponents, then definitely play with a squad, because everybody's going to navigate towards one flag. And B, we're always taking B. Everybody wants to go for B, but B is not the smartest flag to take. C, or actually D, is the smartest flag to take, because if you're trying to take B and the enemy has A, they're always going to be able to have that advantage to push up on you and try to take the flag from you. And another thing is, if they have the flag captured like this, like when you see it's fully red, they can spawn on it still. They can spawn on a flag until you all the way have it neutralized. Once you have the flag neutralized, that's when they can't spawn on a flag. That's when you and your team can catch it a lot easier without having to worry about people spawning on you and getting killed. But most of the time, when people do spawn, they'll spawn in like little corners of the of flag areas. They won't spawn too close to you, but if the enemy team does have it and they notice that you're taking a flag, they'll definitely try to spawn on it and try to take you guys. But the class that you guys want to roll with, probably 90% of the time, is engineer class, because it's heavy vehicles. I mean, if you want to snipe, you can do it as well, but you got to make sure that when you're sniping, you're able to hold down one certain part of the map and be able to help your teammates with recon or spawn beacons, or because as a sniper, you're going to get overwhelmed by everything. You're going to get overwhelmed by tanks, you're going to get overwhelmed by helicopters, because there's so many of them in this map. So if you're recon, then definitely try to post yourself on C rocks or the C flag, and try to capture that and try to hold that with your team, because of the fact that you have those hills to help you not really hide or camp, but they give you a good vantage point, and you're able to spot your enemy vehicles, you're able to spot your enemy infantry. And not only does that help with your teammates who are in other vehicles, but it helps out. It helps yourself out as well, because if you spot somebody, spotting lasts about 15 seconds. Now, if you spot somebody, they go away, you can't see them. Your teammate might have seen him and spot him, so it'll last even longer. So you'll have that almost radar on your enemy, so he won't surprise you, he won't come out of nowhere and just kill you. And here we're taking A flag. My favorite flag to grab, because it's kind of easy, because if the enemy team is here and they're spawning here, it's easy to spawn trap them because of the buildings, and they give you a lot of cover. They also give them a lot of cover, so if they're hiding in buildings, make sure you have your rockets out. Like I said, engineer is probably the best class to play on this map with Conquest. Conquest, I always suggest engineer class, except for when you're playing small maps like Grand Bazaar or Operation Metro, because you're not going to find too many vehicles, so that's going to make more room for other classes. Now here, as you guys can see, my teammates definitely had this flag held down, and these guys kept spawning. I don't, a lot of times I get killed like that. Like, people will spawn bomb on each other because one person is able to sneak in there and nobody really notices, and then he'll spawn, and then somebody else will spawn on him, and you know, that gets really annoying. But at times you guys gotta know that these maps are freaking huge, so you could always flank. So worry about flanking routes, worry about your back, have your teammates protecting the back as well whenever you're capturing flags. You need at least 2 people, I would have to say. At least 2 people to capture a flag. You can capture a flag yourself, but you risk being shot and having to respawn on your teammates or having to respawn on a flag. Now, when you respawn or when you're killed, it takes, you know, your tickets are controlled by your spawning. So if you die, then you lose a ticket. So every time you die, you're not only putting yourself at a disadvantage, but you're actually gonna help the team, the enemy team, lose. So say, for instance, you have 2 flags, the enemy has 2 flags, and they're killing you off a lot more than you can kill them off. Now what that's gonna do is it's gonna limit your ability to actually win the game, because those tickets right there, as you guys can see on the bottom, they're going down every time somebody dies or every time we hold a flag, and you start to bleed out when you have over 3 flags. So make sure you guys always try to capture 3 flags and keep it at 3 flags. If you capture 1 flag, what you could do, you have a choice of either running to another flag to make sure you protect it, or to stay on 1 flag and to guard it. The flag that I actually stay at and try to make sure that nobody comes upon or tries to take it is B, because it's that flag it's that 3rd flag that you want, and you want to make sure that you have it most of the time, because the enemy team are gonna try and take either A or C from you, because those are the outside flags that they could grab a lot easier. So and when you're playing with vehicles, I don't have too many vehicle strategies. I'm not a vehicle specialist, I'm an infantry specialist. So my best strategies for playing this, like I said, engineer class, you could also pick the recon class and snipe your enemies, but making sure that you're staying near C, because it has that vantage point that you need if you are sniping. It's not a camping spot because you can't see everybody and everything, but it's definitely a good spot. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed these tips and tricks for you know, this Conquest game mode. It's a really fun game mode that I started playing a lot more than Rush, because Rush is you know, it feels like it's getting kind of old, because I played Rush a lot and that's all I mostly play. But anyways, if you guys like this video, please like and subscribe. It always helps my channel. Again, peace.